I have a great one for you all today. It is a $100,000 grant. A grant this large doesn't come around too often. When I saw this grant, I knew I had to share it with you. So I want you to take a second and imagine what you could do with $100,000. How would your business change? More importantly, how would your life change? Would that finally give you the room to breathe, the room to take chances in your business? Feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments below. My goal today is to let you know winning a grant like this is possible for you. It all starts with you believing in yourself and taking action. And so I'm going to break this down into 5 simple sections. I'm first going to talk about what is a grant. Then I'll share some grant application tips so that you know how to apply to this grant and other grants just like this one. Next, I'll walk you through pre-grant application steps. Then I'll share with you the important details that you need to know about this $100,000 grant. Lastly, I'll give you a preview of the grant application so you know exactly how to apply. What is a grant? A grant is debt-free funding that you can use to grow your business. And so a grant can be restricted or unrestricted. With a restricted grant, you have to spend the funds on a specific category or expense within your business. Whereas an unrestricted grant, you can spend the funds on anything in your business, whether that's marketing, hiring new employees, or buying new equipment. And so generally, you want to go for an unrestricted grant. You can also get grants from different sources. You can get it from the government at the federal, state, and local level. You can also get grants from large corporations like Amazon and Walmart. And then we have my favorite place to get grants, and that's from smaller scale businesses that want to give back to small business owners like you and me. And so what you should take away is that there are a lot of grants out there and that are available to you. It's just important that you know where to find them and how to apply. That's why you have me. My biggest tip when it comes to applying to grants is not making one of these 3 big mistakes. The first mistake I see business owners make is not completely filling out the grant application. A lot of times when business owners get in a rush, they forget to answer a few questions or they answer it incompletely. And so it's very important in grant applications that you give complete answers. The second mistake I see business owners make is not having a clear breakdown of how they plan on using the grant funds. In this case, it's very important for you to list out exactly how each dollar will be spent. Here's an example right here. You can screenshot it or come back to it, but you want to have a very detailed and clear breakdown. The third mistake I see business owners make, and this takes them out of the race entirely, is that they don't even apply to the grant. And so I want you to leave self-rejection back in 2024 or wherever you found it. We have to go in there with confidence and the belief that we can win this grant. And it's especially important to apply to a grant when you feel is in perfect alignment with your business in terms of its mission and its value. And so if you avoid these 3 mistakes, you will be setting yourself up for success when you go into the grant application, which brings me to the pre-application steps. You first have to get a winning mindset. This looks like saying to a mirror, I am confident, I bring skills and value that any grant sponsor would be lucky to contribute to. And so it's very important that you speak life into yourself before you go into the grant application. The second step that separates you from other grant applicants is to form a legal entity. One of the easiest ones to set up is an LLC, but you can also set up a corporation and nonprofit. And so an LLC stands for a limited liability company. If you're new to how to properly structure your business, you can use a business formation company like Zen Business that'll take care of the process for you. And so you want to have a legal entity to show the grant judges that you're serious about your business. The next step before applying to the grant is opening up a business checking account. It's very easy to set up and can take less than 15 minutes online. I personally recommend business owners that need funding open up a business checking account with Bluevine, as they offer business lines of credit, business credit cards, and business loans. With those benefits, is a great platform to do your business banking. And so once those 3 steps are complete, you now have the foundation and the confidence to go into the grant application. Which brings me to this $100,000 grant. This grant is sponsored by Poker Power and I Fund Woman. These companies came together to give one of the largest grant amounts in their history industry because they realized that $100,000 would be the game changer that can completely change the business. They wanted to focus on one business owner that was willing to take risks, put themselves out there, and think strategically. All the skills required to be a successful poker player. The reason why I'm talking more about poker is because you want to include and connect poker skills with the skills that you have in business so that you can then stand out in your grant application because it shows you know and understand their mission and values. And so you have until September 26th to submit your grant application. And if you're wondering who all can apply according to their official rules, any legal U.S. resident that lives within the 50 states, not including Arizona, is able to apply. This also includes the District of Columbia. So now let's take a quick look at the grant application. Once you've read over all the details and you're ready to apply, you're going to click the yellow button that says Apply Now. It's then going to ask you to create an account, where you can sign up with your Gmail account, or you can enter in your name and email to create a separate account. So once you've added in your information, you're then going to click register and continue. Here we are on the grant application. It's broken down into 7 sections. We first have the welcome, then we have basics, business details, funding details, poker power, marketing, and acknowledgements. In the welcome, it's going to introduce you to the grant, what's included in the grant, like $100,000, 6 months of IFW coaching, mentorship sessions, as well as a 4-week poker class. And that's going to lastly share the deadline, which is September 26th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Once you've read over everything, you're then going to hit Apply Now. It's going to take you to the basics section. This is going to ask for your personal information, like your name, your business address, as well as your personal background. Once you enter all this information, it will then take you to the business details section, where it'll ask you what stage you are in business, when your business was founded, as well as the industry your business is in. It'll then take you to the funding details section. This is where you'll have some short response questions to answer. To give you an example, in 50 words or less, tell us about your company and its capital needs. This is where you have the opportunity in under 50 words to share how you plan on spending the $100,000. And right below it, there is an example of a good response. And so you want to make sure you use any information or details that the sponsor gives you to then help you when filling out the application. Moving on, we have the poker power section. This is where you want to highlight some of your poker skills. If you don't play poker, this is where you can highlight on your decisiveness, your ability to adapt under pressure, as well as make difficult decisions. If you communicate that clearly in this section, as well as your mission and target customer, it will truly help your grant application stand out. And then lastly, we have the marketing section. This is going to ask you how many followers you have across the different social media platforms. And so you do want to put your best foot forward or try your best on this application if you think it's a good fit, as this is an amazing $100,000 grant opportunity. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, and make sure to watch this video right here for the best business bank account.